I mean, if you go to whois.com, up the top right, and search news-wire.com, that'll show who owns the domain, shows it was registered on 1997 or May 2nd of 1997, shows the, the registration proxy info and stuff. But if somebody says they've been in business for however many years, search the website, see if they actually been online for that long, or if it's a new bait and switch kind of a thing. Yeah. But look and see.
A lot of due diligence anyone could do easily in this era.
Yeah.
Let's get down to more nitty gritty. What do you look for in an ideal client? And what is your checklist for when someone is ready to go beyond posting how-to videos on YouTube, which anyone can do for free with a phone, to actually doing paid advertising?
That's one thing where I turn down folks pretty frequently they've had a coach, they're working with success coaches or whoever that says you need to go out and start spending money on advertising, because the more they can get you to spend anywhere, the more excited you are and the more money you spend with this coach. So I'll turn people down there too, where if you're not, here's kind of the checklist as far as getting yourself deciding whether or not to spend money. If you've got something set up, if you got maybe your book website, or you're sending people to your website that redirects to an Amazon short URL to buy your book, if you're an author, if you've got a landing page that's converting, and you notice that a good percentage of the people who actually hit your page are going through, clicking and buying your book, then throw some advertising money at it. You throw 50, $100, whatever at that ad. If you make more than you spent in the advertising, spend some more money. Keep bumping that up, because that's basically an endless supply of cash flow. What happens most of the time, though, is they'll work with these success coaches who aren't successful themselves, except for collecting money from people that are paying them to learn how to be successful. But I would say, and I apologize too, I don't know if you know or not, but I survived brain cancer, so I get off track a little bit easy now.
Well, you're doing very well and fascinating to us, so I'm enjoying the conversation. We very much appreciate your time. As you gather your thoughts, I'm going to practice what I preach and do some pitching here. Here is my book on how you can make your own clone, building an interactive AI video clone. This is the paperback, it's the hardback, there's an audiobook. It's available in Kindle. It's soon going to be available on every single platform in every format. It is available now via Authors Republic on 57 different audiobook program platforms from audible.com. But I'm obviously excited about speaking as a communication form and speaking in person, whether it's keynotes, live training. Also very excited about the communication tool of online video courses. I have 250 courses and 10 million student enrollments around the world. But I happen to be most passionate of all things about digital cloning. I have a video clone, Curtis, and it's pretty much like talking to me, only it never gets grumpy, it never gets tired, and it's available 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m. when I'm sleeping. So I'm a big believer that is going to be a bigger communication tool than the internet itself, than the printing press itself. So I spent a lot of time talking about my interactive video clone. And I would certainly think for any of your customers who are already leaders, that if they don't have one now, in the next year, they're going to have one. And 2 or 3 years from now, it's going to be embarrassing not to have one. So that's my pitch. Here's what I like to do because we're all about helping people become more successful right here on this show. And one of my strongest principles is don't wait for someone to ask the right question or invite you. Take initiative. Seize the day and give value. Don't be ashamed to talk about your own value proposition. So we have a little segment right here. What we do every single program is we turn over to our guest and say, pitch away, talk about how you give value to people and what you want them to do. If you want them to go to news-wire.com right now, you can tell them that. If you want to tell them to go to your LinkedIn, or if you've got some free report, pitch away.